Alright, this is part 2 of the feeding.
I got some goldfish right here that are alive.
There we go. It's probably about 15 or so. I've got one. Actually got 2. Got another one. They're not as ferocious today as they were yesterday, at least the Oscars. Maybe they're full because they both ate a lot yesterday and they didn't finish them while they were picking them off during the night. And once again, I'm going to reiterate that I don't really feed live fish because getting goldfish from a pet store or a bait shop isn't good because of the risk of diseases they can carry. So this is like the second time in the last year that they've gotten live food. So, and this is a growl tank. So just wanted to point that out. Alright, well, the clown knife ate a few. Yesterday he didn't eat them until nighttime, and he didn't eat that many, but he did eat a few. Whereas today, the Oscars must be really full, because even when I went to bed, there was still a lot left that they all picked out at night, because in the morning there were none. So, I mean, they both ate a lot more than they're used to eating, and they eat every day, once a day, so they don't have that much energy. They are not that hungry. They each ate a few. I'm sure by tonight the rest of these guys will be gone. I'm sure the clown knife will eat a few more. These guys, the grass cutters, don't eat them, and the royal pleco does not eat live fish, so they're not going to eat them. And the clown knife will be going in a 190 pretty soon. Getting a bigger tank. I'll be getting rid of them. So. Oscars are pretty big. The albino's about a foot. This one's probably about 10 inches. So they're both very large. And there's a few goldfish left, probably about 6 it looks like. Actually, I see 7. And I think there's 7. And I think there were about 16. Actually, I think 8. So about 8 got eaten, I would say. Maybe more. But like I said, I'm sure by tonight they'll all be eaten. And Oscars are definitely not as nearly as ferocious as yesterday. Yesterday they went berserk when I put the fish in. Almost broke the heater, actually, the big albino one. He was darting on the tank so fast. But today, not as hungry. You could see the red one just slowly picking them off. The albino one's still kind of chasing them. Clown knife just got one. He's eating about 4 or 5. And yesterday he didn't eat any, I don't think. Well, actually, I think he only ate 1 or 2 while I was recording, but when I turned the lights off, he ate a few more. He hasn't eaten live food in months, so I guess he wasn't used to that. He used to like to eat live food when he was smaller and didn't eat pellets or anything. But for the most part now, they just eat pellets. I saw water tank, some of the other ones. They just eat pellets most of the time, and occasionally I give these guys tilapia, and I throw in a few other different kind of pellets. I mix it up, but for the most part, all these guys in here eat pellets. He gets vegetables for the royal pleco, stuff like that. But it's been 5 minutes, so I just want to make a short video. They aren't that ferocious, so not much to see here. I'll just do a quick survey of my other tanks just down here real quick. I have more upstairs, but I moved a lot around. The gold nugget, the L177, still in here. The albino bristlenose pleco still in here. He's actually hiding under there. He's pretty big, but he's completely under there. And all these guys used to be in my tank upstairs. I believe there's 5 Serpay tetras, 7 white skirts, maybe 6 white skirts, and 7 tiger barbs, I think. So that's what's in here. It's a grow tank for the gold nugget. They grow very slow. Some people say they don't grow much at all in captivity, so hopefully he gets bigger, because he's grown a little bit since I've got him, but not very much. Maybe like half an inch in a few months. But from what I hear online, they grow very slow, or sometimes people say they don't grow at all in captivity. So, but if he gets bigger, I'll put him in a bigger tank. If not, he'll kind of just stay in like a small tank his whole life, I guess. Got the beta tanks down here. Betas are doing good. Each one's got a little cleaner bristlenose pleco. The one likes to hide in here all the time. He hides in the little castle. The other one, I think is behind the rock. Let's see, can I see him? Oh, he's right there. Hard to see, but you kind of see the brown thing behind the plants. So, those are those. Down here, I moved all my quarry catfish down here that were, all these guys were upstairs. I got the 2 stir-bys. They're a couple years old. The 3 albinos, they're probably about 6 years old. This guy's probably about 6 years old, the kind of mixed one right there. And the guy back there, this guy I'm looking at, he's super old. He's one of the first tropical fish I ever got. I got him when I was like 6 years old, and I'm 20 now, so he's like 14 years old. Super old for a quarry catfish. But he was getting picked on a little bit upstairs by some of the bigger fish, so I put him in with these guppies, just so nobody bothers him, so he can at least live out his last few years or whatever, however long he has left, with other quarry catfish in a nice little peaceful tank. And I didn't feed these guys yet, so they're pretty hungry. And then up here, obviously, I got the saltwater tank. Just it's really dirty right now. The algae grows like crazy in here. I got the Xenia. There's a little Aptasia growing in there, so there's a lot of algae. I got the Monty. That one, I left the filter unplugged one day, and it kind of died. I left it in here. I don't know if it's gonna recover. I don't think it will, but it's not doing any harm. But anybody who keeps SPS knows that if you leave your filter unplugged for a little bit, or just any poor water quality, hard corals will die, so they don't like that. I have a feather duster here, helps keep the water clean. It's pretty cool to look at, but it's actually sucked inside right now. Sometimes certain things can scare it and it closes. Got the soft coral here, the leather. It goes through certain cycles, and it gets flatter and then it perks up, it moves. It's kind of flat right now. Got another Xenia right here, and I got a zoanthid right here, a new purple one. I don't think I've ever actually showed these yet. This one's new, the purple Zoa. And the Monty, I've had this one about a month. This one I've had, I think, only a week or so. Got the fire shrimp back there. Got a couple snails, hermit crabs. I got 3 Bengai cardinals. One's getting picked on, so I might get rid of him and just keep the 4 fish in here. I kind of got enough. And then the 2 little clownfish, which all these guys are doing great except the one Bengai cardinal, which is getting picked on a bit. So, yep. And these are all my tanks for downstairs, so I'm going to wrap up the video now. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, leave them down below in the comments.